Hello everyone, welcome back to Resistant Front. Yesterday, an attack was conducted in Bondi Beach, Australia. It looks like two guys, father and son, actually went berserk and started killing Jews in Bondi Beach while they were on their holiday. Uh, the first thing that Israeli media actually brought out and mainstream media started their narrative, the initial narrative on it, was that it was the Iranians. Uh, the name of the guy when it came out, Navid Akram, I said to myself, Navid Akram, seriously, that guy is not Iranian. That's not an Iranian family name. Akrami, but that could be. And even it was, even if that guy was an Iranian, so what? Islamic Republic of Iran was attacked, and 1,100 people lost their lives. So you are telling me that with the all means and reasons and justification for killing the Zionists and the Jews, so-called Jews, Iran, with the capability and the capacity of its missiles, could obliterate and kill as many as they wanted it. If the purpose of fighting with Zionism was killing people, we could have been the most successful country on earth in killing the Jews. And the thing is, nobody even cared when they were trying to propagandize and they were trying to put out the narrative that, yeah, they hit a hospital. And after that videos came out that it was another defense system that they put closely to an hospital. I actually was shocked how much support Iran got from all over the world. That, yeah, they were mocking them, they were mocking the Zionists, and they were saying that, yeah, the IDF actually had a tunnel underneath the hospital. And it was shocking for me, the amount of support and the change of narrative in the mind of the people was actually really fascinating to me. But at the same time, you can see with 25 or 28 people that lost their lives in our attack, uh, in our attacks, multiple tons of weaponry was dropped on the Israeli cities, and just 28 people. So that, first of all, that shows that you can fight without killing people and actually achieve objective of your warfare. You can achieve those without killing civilians. And at the same time, it can shows that the humanity within our ranks and our official ranks, you can see that clearly after killing their predecessors, those that they always looked upon, and after killing their people from their families, family of the generals, to the scientists and their families and the neighbors, and the blind bombardment that they multiple times conducted on Tehran. You can totally see if that was a pure anger reaction, and it was that the moment that we said, okay, fuck it, let's just go in and let's just obliterate as many Israelis as possible, because all the so-called bunkers that we can see IDF members and administrative positions are actually hiding beneath the ground. We could have hit all of those. The location and the GPS location is known to all. So if we want to intentionally kill people, it was so simple for us. So when Iran in an open warfare is not trying to kill, why it should actually go on another country? We are not we don't have a great relationship with Australia. They're too far away to actually anyone can care about them. But nobody have any ill intentions in their minds against the Jews outside Zionist regime. And I can see that there are a lot of resentment toward Judaism, but the first thing that you should understand that Judaism and Zionism are separate things. They are not one. So we never, and even the civilians inside Zionism, we never said that we want to kill them. Okay, we always said that it should be a democratic election and they should go back to their countries. And the Jews that should stay are the Jews that been there before 1947. So there is no objective here for Iran except destroying your relationship with Australia. The Australia inside start crack down on their people and their freedom of protesting against the apartheid regime and the genocide that's happening in Gaza. We multiple times seen that Australian people actually came out with massive numbers, couple of 100,000 people came on the streets and protest against this genocide. So this is, as an Iranian, as that I always care about Palestine. I don't see my government actually make such move because it knows that it will not benefit us at all, and it's totally un-Islamic and an Iranian thing to do. So, for example, we have an opposition party. It's not an opposition party. Okay, they're monarchists. So, if we wanted to make a move, do you think how much it would take to assassinate every single one of them? This is a state we are talking about. So, if a small state like Israel can have the capability and capacity to kill this many people and assassinate this many people with all the security procedures that we are taking, how much do you think they can resist against Iran that want to terrorize others and want to actually go after those that don't like? This is not just simply characteristic of Islamic Republic. We don't do this kind of dirty work. We prefer to go face to face if they directly confront us. So put that aside. Uh, this guy was from India. This looks like it most looks like a Mossad contacted him because he was actually Googled uh, before the attack, a couple of days before the attack, and a day before the attack in Tel Aviv, not Washington, not Beijing, not Tehran, uh, not Moscow. It was Tel Aviv. So it will tell you a lot that the moment that the killer of Charlie Kirk actually was Googled before anything happened to him. So there are some links that you can see and connect the dots, and you will understand that Zionists are the ones that are benefiting from this. Attacking a bunch of Jews on the holiday, that will not have any kind of tactical or strategic value, and it's just going to be a heinous act. It's going to demolish the reputation of Islamic Republic or any other country in the state country except Israel. Israel can conduct these kind of operation. You can see a lot of rabbis throughout Europe and United States are trying to smear the Muslims with victimhood, with going actually after their own Knesses. I don't know the English name, uh, but you can see they're going after their own mosques and their own church. We call them Knesset. So I don't know how hard it is to actually connect the dots and understand that this is a Mossad operation, because with the fear in the hearts of other Jews outside Zionist regime, it will create an indication that guys, the world hates you, so come back to Zionist regime. It doesn't matter if you were Zionist before, even you are Zionist now. If you are Zionist, come inside. It doesn't matter if they are raining missile on your head. Other outside is worse. Just like they used the Holocaust and the massacre of Jews inside Nazi Germany, and they actually made contact with Hitler in order to bring in all those Jews and create hatred and fear in their hearts throughout German country. Uh, so all these indicates that Israel will benefit more than anyone else on earth for these kind of terrorist actions. And it was a dude that it looks like his name was the similarity of his name in social media. They put this poor guy's picture on the news and they claimed that this was the guy. Yeah, there were some harassment toward him. And you can see the Jerusalem Post is the first newspaper that actually tried to blame Iran for that terrorist act. So the similarities of these kind of attacks, that I do not believe that they're going to end. They're just going to be more intensified, because the more they are pushing toward this genocide, and the more situation is getting worse and worse every day, and with the rain and the flood happening inside Gaza, and the livelihood of these people are just getting unbearable, even though that they are the most resilient people that I ever seen, the people that truly love their land, and they are willing to sacrifice everything in order to stay with all that. And that simply touches everyone's heart, and you can see that the revolt that's happening toward the establishment and the ruling class. You can see that everyone are trying to they're all discontent and they want to do something. You can see more and more from the camp of Republicans, from the camp of evangelists, from the camp of pro-Zionists. They're more defecting toward a more pro-Palestine. Even the Democrats are trying to smear their own politicians for supporting Israel. And previously, in a couple of decades, they are going in and kissing the wall and saying that we went there for Israel, we are doing all this for Israel, and nobody cares. But you can see in these past few years, ever since October the 7th and the genocide that they're conducting in Gaza, you can see a lot of resentment toward APAC and all the lobby groups inside Europe, from the occupied countries of Germany and Japan to all the Anglo-Saxons. That the resentment of people toward Zionism, it's totally visible. So they're trying to control that hatred. They're trying their best to actually put a damper on it and make the people get emotional with something else. And it's going to be another 9/11. I believe it's totally clear that they're going to make something, a false flag. Multiple times they stated that we need a false flag in order to invade Iran. So they're looking for it, and I believe the possibility of actually making an attack, it's endless. They can make, and I believe that every intelligence service, if we have some intelligence service in any countries, we should look for a false flag. Any country that have any kind of capacity inside United States or Europe, they should look for that because it's coming. I would like to show you and show you the similarities of this attack and the similarity of what they done before. Let's just hear it from the devil herself.
We also have a history of kind of moving in and out of Pakistan. I mean, let's remember here, the people we are fighting today, we funded 20 years ago. And we did it because we were locked in this struggle with the Soviet Union. They invaded Afghanistan, and we did not want to see them control Central Asia. And we went to work. And it was President Reagan, in partnership with the Congress, led by Democrats, who said, you know what, sounds like a pretty good idea. Let's deal with the ISI and the Pakistani military, and let's
First of all, she lied about a couple of things. Before the invasion, or so-called invasion of Soviet Union, the government that uh, ruled over Afghanistan for a couple of years, and it counted as a legitimate government of Afghanistan, they actually created Wahhabism. They brought in all sorts of Wahhabi ideology. The Wahhabis were not actually the majority in Muslim world. They were a radical minority, and United States uh, first started supporting the Wahhabism, and they brought them to Afghanistan, and they started to teach this Wahhabism ideology, and they created this conflict within a civil war within Afghanistan. So before they start this civil war, they brought all these Wahhabis inside Afghanistan and trained them, gave them Stinger missiles because they know what they are doing. So they wanted to overthrow the government, the communist government of Afghanistan. And after the civil war started, the Amin, the government of Afghanistan, actually asked a Soviet for their intervention. It was an invitation from Amin, the government of Afghanistan. So Soviet actually they asked them multiple times until Soviet Union actually intervened, and they brought their army inside Afghanistan. But as you can see in Western media, they always say invasion of Afghanistan. They never invaded Afghanistan. They simply came in because of an invitation of the government. And all these Wahhabis actually created that civil war. And you can see the same thing happen in Syria. The same thing happened in Iraq after the resistant groups were formed against the coalition of NATO, and they take them out. So they formed these Al Qaeda, as she put it. They were useful, and she will refer to it as a good investment. A good investment. She actually said that while with a straight face, while people were dying by the hand of ISIS. So you can see that they use other people in order to achieve their own goals without any kind of remorse. There is no hesitation. If they can get it, they will do it. And that's the major difference between many people around the world and Anglo-Saxons. They truly don't care about people's life, and it's just that simple for them. You can see throughout their atrocities that they've done in their history, you can visibly see that they don't care, and they're totally unapologetic toward all these things that they've done. And the same thing happened inside Libya, and now they want to make another one. They want another 9/11 because they need to come here, because the whole region is actually becoming a danger for Israel because of all the expansionist ideas that Israel has. Israel cannot achieve those expansionist goals unless United States come here and help them and die for them and fight for them. So you can see that this attack in Australia actually there was another thing. First of all, there was a hero that neutralized the kid, didn't shoot him, but took the gun, and he got shot for it. And the Netanyahu actually went on television and said, a hero Jew, a Jewish heroic move. It was a Muslim. That guy was a Muslim, and God bless his heart for doing that. And let's go
We got
to
some
Fox
breaking
News.
news 10 minutes past the hour. This news happening out of Los Angeles. The FBI now reports that it's disrupted a planned New Year's Eve terror attack in Los Angeles. 4 suspects in custody. The FBI identifying them as members of a pro-Palestine extremist group. They're suspected of planning.
So it is obvious that with all the demonstration that's happening around the world, they will not let it go. They will not let United States go until Israel regime is totally being taken apart. And after that, even I believe the Mossad agents, the, the Israeli idea of ethnic supremacism will not go away. So even after the total annihilation and demolishment and dissolvement of Israel as a state, and the apartheid fall apart and people go back to their countries, you can see the moment that happens, they will not stop. This is a continuous work of some elites that they are controlling the media, they're controlling everything that you can conceive. You can see the reach and the power that they have. They have the power to tell you that a genocide right in front of your face, starving all these people, doesn't exist. And they have a power to actually make you believe that Iran has a capability to harm United States, or Russia is actually in a state of constant threat for the whole Europe. And they pushed and pushed until something breaks. Something says, okay, fuck it, we can't continue like this. They obviously want a war. Let's just give them that. So this is what happening in all these years. Iran never fired a single missile toward Israel until Israel confronted Iran directly. We always supported all the resistant groups throughout our region to resist the occupation of United States and Israel. Israel occupies 3 countries, and United States occupied 2 countries. One of them is now free, but another one is on the table, and we always have the ultimate goal of United States leaving Iraq alone. And the biggest fear of United States is that after he leaves, Iran can actually control the situation. Prosperity, stability comes to the country, and actually another model comes to the table that is unacceptable by United States. When another model, an Islamic moderate model, comes to the table, and a true Islam comes and step forward, you can see that they are panicking because they want others to feel that Islam is some sort of radical behavior, radical thinking. And with the knowledge that people are gathering toward Palestinian people, they are now gaining more knowledge about Islam, and the narrative of Islam is a savage and barbaric, this and that, is actually falling apart, and people are now facing with the civilization that they always been perpetrated as some sort of nomad land. And now you can see that the world is seeing Iran and the Islam as what it is. You can see that the oppressor, for the first time probably, I hope that evil do not prevail, and you can see that a lot of Jews are actually putting up the fight, and you can see the loyalty in their voice when they say, I'm an American Jew, I'm an Iranian Jew, I'm a European Jew. When they say that, they mean it. And for all those years that Hitler tried to perpetrate the Jews are traitors, he was actually totally disregarding all the history of Europe and Christendom and how unfair they treated the Jews. And when you do that, people do not, when the state is not loyal to its subjects, the subjects will not stay loyal to the state. So you need to own what they are. So you can see that a great documentary of Max Blumenthal that I've watched multiple times, how nationalistic are Iranian Jews. And throughout the history, you can see the discontent and the danger that European Jews were facing. Iranian Jews were totally enjoying their lives with other Iranians. When you live 2000 years in a country, you count as them, okay? You are not just a Jew. You are an Iranian Jew, just like as I'm a Shia Iranian, just like others are Sunni Iranian, Christian Iranian. So the identity of the country will entangle, and totally you will become the country itself. And we actually gave martyrs in Jews and Christians actually gave martyrs for Iran in 8-year holy war. So there is no point for us to make such a stupid move, dumb move. And I can assure you that at the end of the day, you will see that the identity of these people will come out, and there is no connection with Iran. And but just be ready. I can feel it in my guts that they're going to make a move, because the first attack was not, it didn't work, and it actually was in the favor of Iran, and it's going to happen. They're going to plan something, and I just feel sorry for Jews all over the world, because I can see that there are people in Jewish community that know, and there are those that don't know. Just like the the meme that Incredible Bob, actually Mr. Incredible, there is a white picture of him and there is a black picture of him, terrified. And I believe that those don't know that Israel is actually actively trying to kill them in order to blame the Muslims and harass them to blame the Muslims. And there are some Jews that know what's going on, and both of them should be afraid of their lives. And I just pray for all of these people's health. And guys, just be careful, okay? Don't go toward the big buildings. I don't want the same shit that happened in 9/11 happen to you guys. So thank you for watching. God bless you guys. Goodbye.